The night everything shattered, I did not cry. I looked my husband straight in the eyes and said, calm but shaking inside, "One more word from your mother about my salary and there will be no more polite conversations. I will explain to her myself where her place is and why my money is not her property. Do you understand?" His name is Grayson Hale, and for 3 years, I believed he was strong enough to stand beside me. I was wrong. It started at Sunday dinner in his parents' house in Arlington, Virginia. His mother, Lorraine Hale, had that tight smile she wore whenever she was about to humiliate someone politely. She set down her wine glass and said, "So Brielle, how much was your bonus this quarter?" The table went silent. I am a corporate litigation attorney. I built my career from nothing: long nights, student loans, courtroom battles that drained the soul out of me. Every dollar I earned came from sacrifice. Grayson works in marketing. Decent income, comfortable, but my salary was higher. Much higher. Lorraine leaned forward. "Since you make more, I assume you will be covering the down payment on the lake house." "It is only fair. Family supports family." I forced a smile. "We have not agreed to buy any lake house." She waved her hand. "Oh please, your income is practically community property." "You married my son," Grayson chuckled nervously. Mom is just joking, but she was not joking. For months she had been asking about my investments, my savings, my retirement plan. She once asked for access to our joint account to help manage things better. Better for who? That night she pushed further. "I heard you cleared almost 400,000 last year. Imagine how much faster Grayson could grow if you prioritized his opportunities." There it was, not partnership, not marriage. Investment strategy. I set my fork down carefully. "My salary is not a family fund." Lorraine raised her eyebrow. "When you married into this family, you became part of something bigger." Grayson stayed silent. That silence cut deeper than any insult. On the drive home I waited for him to defend me. He did not. Instead he said, "You could be more flexible. Mom just wants us secure." "Secure means control," I replied. He sighed. "You do not need to be so dramatic." I worked 80-hour weeks while he switched jobs twice searching for his passion. I paid off his credit card debt after the wedding because I believed in building something together. I funded our first home deposit, and now I was dramatic. That is when I looked at him and said those words, calm, precise, final. "One more word from your mother about my salary and there will be no more polite conversations. I will explain to her myself where her place is. My money is not her property. Do you understand?" Grayson's jaw tightened. "You will not speak to my mother like that. Then make sure she stops speaking about my money." He stared at me as if I had changed into someone unfamiliar. Maybe I had. The next morning, Lorraine called. I answered. Her tone was icy sweet. "I have been reviewing real estate options. If you transfer 200,000 into Grayson's account, we can move quickly before prices rise." I felt something inside me lock into place. "There will be no transfer, and if you continue to discuss my income as if it belongs to you, I will make it very clear that it does not." She gasped. "How dare you speak to me like that? How dare you count my money before you count your respect?" She hung up. 10 minutes later, Grayson stormed into my office. "What did you say to her? The truth?" He pointed at me like I was the enemy. "You embarrassed her." "No, I protected myself." That night he packed a bag. "I need space." I nodded. "Take it." As the door closed, I realized something terrifying. I had built everything by myself: my career, our savings, our stability. And maybe I built my marriage alone too. 2 days later he sent a text. "I was the one who pulled this all by myself. Ungrateful. We left. Mom, call me when you cool down." We left. He chose her. But he had no idea what I was about to do next. The day Grayson left, I did not beg. I called my financial advisor instead. His name is Calder Vaughn. Calm, meticulous, loyal to numbers, not emotions. I asked one question. If I needed to protect everything legally, how fast can we move? "Very fast," he said. What Grayson never paid attention to was structure. The house was purchased primarily with my funds. My investments were in my name. My business income flowed through an LLC I formed before we married. He assumed marriage meant access. It did not. 3 days later, I filed for separation, quietly, strategically. When Lorraine heard, she called screaming. "You are tearing this family apart over money." "No," I said calmly. "I am ending it because you both think my work is a resource to extract." Grayson showed up unannounced that evening. His confidence was gone. "You filed without telling me. You left without choosing me." He ran his hands through his hair. We could have figured it out. You mean I could have funded it? Silence again. I stepped closer. I loved you, but I will not finance a future where I am treated like an ATM, his voice cracked. Mom says you manipulated everything. Your mother never believed I belonged unless I paid for it. He looked around the house. The furniture I selected, the artwork I bought. The office where I built my firm reputation. It hit him then. I was the one who pulled this all by myself. Not him, not Loren, me. The divorce moved quickly. There was no lake house, no access to my accounts. No quiet transfer of wealth. Grayson moved back into his childhood bedroom. Loren stopped calling. Months later, I heard through mutual friends that he was struggling financially. Marketing contracts dried up, the lake house dream disappeared. One evening my phone buzzed. Unknown number, it was Loren. Her voice was softer. Brielle, maybe we were too hard on you. Maybe. There was a pause. Grayson misses you. I looked out the window of my new downtown apartment overlooking the Potomac River. I had just signed partnership papers at my firm. Another milestone, another victory earned alone. I hope he learned something from this. I said calmly, about forgiveness, about humility. About earning what you expect to control. She whispered, will you reconsider? No, because the moment I had to explain that my money was not her property, was the moment I understood I was never her family. And I would never apologize for protecting what I built.